right now, especially with COVID and with other logistic things, there's going to be a lot of especially the lower uh, the lower levels you go to, high school and stuff like that. I've already seen stories out of Virginia and states like New Mexico where high school football is already canceled for the academic fall for the fall. And the NFL, because it's not more of it, it is, it's a business. It's doing or trying to do a lot of things so that they don't have to be one of those that are canceled. As things coming up with at the end of July, we've got training camp fastly approaching. It's July 15th, July 16th. Wow, July 16th, we have guys who have already been training. We have guys who have already started to, slowly report to their host cities. But, the NFL is an intriguing one because specifically, I want to talk about a trade that happened, but in order to have that kind of have some substance, it makes sense to talk also about the NFL coming back as a whole, if it's going to come back.
Yeah.
And
well, I was going to ask that, Dave, because that's I haven't been following ESPN too much lately because there's been no sports to watch. But has I know around this
Korean
time
baseball.
I know training camp generally starts in July, and we're kind of in mid-July right now. How has COVID impacted the normal routine of training camp? Has it impacted it at all?
Well, I can't speak specifically on training camp at the moment because I haven't read up on it. But what I do know is they've already canceled 2 of the preseason games.
They did, okay.
And I wouldn't be surprised. And I think there already might be an article out there stating the possibility of just canceling preseason altogether and making training camp / getting ready for the season and prepared and everybody tested and all that good stuff, making sure that you have more time to do that. So that, because it gives you more of a reason to maybe have the season if you've taken more time to make sure things are safe and ready to go. So like I said, as far as training camps go, I'm going to have to look into specifically what's being affected, but I know preseason has already been affected. And the games abroad have already been canceled. The games in London and have already been, to my knowledge, have been canceled.
But to your knowledge, the season itself is still intact.
They are still very, very, and I'll talk about this kind of next week as well, the idea of, what precautions are being taken. But specifically, I do believe they're trying to, everything in their power, man, they're trying to have this season. And all the other questions, we can get into that more next week. But as far as it actually happening, they're trying, and I think it's gonna happen.
You made me want to ask a lot of questions right now.
What do you got? You got anything specific?
Well, yeah. I mean, you said so. Based on what you're saying, they're still expecting the season to start in September.
On time.
And I mean, so is the canceling the preseason is more of a precaution? They think that by September it's going to be safe enough to kind of pick up right there and start the season.
They're hoping.
Okay. And then I guess the monkey in the room here is the fans. Are fans going to be allowed to attend these events? Because I think we can be honest, folks, and not to divert here, but I do watch NASCAR. I'm actually one of those NASCAR fans from the Northeast, and NASCAR's been operating since I want to say early May, so they were only down about 7 weeks. But NASCAR's been happening without fans, and it's been great. It's been great to watch, sports content.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you feel like it's just missing something without the fans there.
Oh, for sure. The players have already stated that.
Yeah, and so we talk about hockey coming up, in August. We have baseball starting on July 25th. Football's coming up. What do we honestly expect from a quality perspective? I'm not saying the players aren't going to play to their fullest potential, but as someone who watches it on TV a lot, is it just going to feel just kind of off, you think, watching the NFL this year? Not having that same kind of...
100%.
Yeah.
Not even a question. Will I watch? Absolutely. I will. But that's a personal choice because of my reasons behind watching it to begin with. And I just I kind of crave
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
watching sports. And will it have a different feel? Will it feel, less genuine? Will it, all those other sidebars? Yeah, I probably will. And at times it might feel stale and boring, but you know, I I can't say that without fans I won't watch.
Okay.
I mean, again, and I'm one person.
Yeah.
There's I'm sure thousands of people that have said what I'm saying, and there's probably thousands that are saying absolutely not.
Okay.
And there's so many different reasons for both. And everything is kind of subjective in that way too, because right now sports is not a topic. When we've realized kind of with a lot of the stuff that sports doesn't always come first.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in life that are just more important, and there are.
Mhm.
Whether it be family related, job related, and hopefully, you guys get the gist there. But sports, for many people, have played an important role in, uh, keeping them kind of afloat
Mm-hmm.
because they provide a distraction or an alternate reality or something to kind of look forward to. And every week, it just provides a little bit of excitement. So if you've had a bad week, knowing you get to go and tailgate with friends
Mm-hmm.
and then watch a football game for 2 hours and cheer on your team, and there's a lot that it's so complex. It's not just like, oh, let's go watch a game. No, I'm not going to go watch because I feel like I might get sick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, but see, like you said, that's another point. And I don't want to dive too much into the opinion of whether or not I think it's safe because there's so many people with medical degrees that can argue either.
Absolutely.
However, it is my opinion that there's ways to do it safely.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get chewed out for saying that I think that they should go back because if it's not safe, they shouldn't. And again, I wholeheartedly mean that. If it's not safe, they should not be playing.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I've seen too much evidence and people with a lot more knowledge than me saying that it's possible. So we'll see. We still got about a month and a half until football really would kick off. But like you said, sports like hockey and baseball, they're right around the corner, a couple weeks away. Baseball's opening day is what, July?
July 25th is going to be the Yankees Nationals.
Yeah.
The 7 o'clock game.
I know.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm a Yankee fan, by the way.
Too, right here.
So is Eric.
Yeah.
And obviously the evil umpire has many enemies.
Yeah.
But no, it'll be interesting to see these sports that start sooner because they're also going to potentially either pave the way for football or they're going to be like, oh, we need to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see pretty quickly, I think.
Okay.
Through trial and error. And I know that sounds selfish because people are like, there's going to be the people who are like, why even bother?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till 2021, which is what it's looking like some college sports are looking to do.
Well, I was going to get into that, Dave, because, the college, we're already talking about how the Big East, I think it came out today, actually, at the Big East, they're going to cancel all non-conference games for all sports. So the big one, obviously, is football.
I heard football was exempt from that
Because they're not big games.
They're independent.
You're right. I'm also a UConn alumni, so we do follow the Big East.
Not a UConn alumni, but I'm from Connecticut, so that's our pro team in many aspects.
But we've already had the spirit out in the Big East. I know the Ivy League's already canceled all their sports.
Pac-12, Big Ten.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Ivy League.
Ivy League canceled all fall sports.
They
canceled everything.
Football,
yep.
Yeah,
Basketball, women's
exactly.
volleyball. A lot of schools are cutting programs. Not so much the nitty gritty ones that make the school the money, but some of the smaller programs are the ones that they don't want to justify funding anymore, or they just yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how what the actual final picture is here because there's still a lot of speculation. Mm-hmm. There's still a good month, and as we've seen with everything that's been going on lately, things are changing daily.
Exactly.
Not even weekly anymore. They're changing daily. So it'll be interesting, but I'm optimistic sports will get off without a hitch. They've been playing now in Europe and in parts of Asia, certain sports now for about a month don't quote me, but for about a month and a half. Korean baseball's been back since May, I think. So obviously they're not playing with fans, and again, that's a whole nother dynamic. But I do think sports will return, and they're already planning to, and they're going to be on the TVs. Whether or not they pick up with the same steam they left off on, that's kind of the thing that we're getting into here. And I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a slow and steady pace. I think there will be the average sport fan will tune in, but whether or not they stay around because of the product, because of the, like you said, the lack of fan involvement, making it tough. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.